guys, welcome to the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And here are the goods. So the Oscar nominations were revealed recently, and no surprise, a lot of it was pretty much the same as what the Golden Globes were. La La Land, 14 nominations.
I heard the singing wasn't that good in that.
I don't. You know what it is? I think honestly, it's just Hollywood, and the older, people that are in that Academy committee or whatever.
Okay.
They're just the fans of musicals. They just love their musicals because you really look at all the musicals from the past not too long ago, like Chicago and Dreamgirls.
They always get nominated.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. Oh.
So this is no different. So Best Picture nominees, and let's see if you tell me if they got these right. La La Land, Arrival, Lion, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, which was a surprise to me. I guess it made the cut.
I mean, people are in love with it.
Oh yeah, Moonlight, Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay, Hacksaw Ridge.
Manchester by the Sea, and Fences.
I still haven't seen Fences.
I haven't seen Fences either, but Manchester by the Sea, and freaking Hacksaw Ridge, man.
Yeah, Hacksaw Ridge.
That is just
Hacksaw
intense.
Ridge and Hidden Figures.
That is
Those
an intense movie. Best Actor was Denzel for Fences, Andrew Garfield for Hacksaw Ridge, Ryan Gosling for La La Land, Casey Affleck for Manchester by the Sea, and Viggo Mortensen for Captain Fantastic. I have not heard anything about that movie.
It's one of those films where it's like, oh my god, it was so good, but nobody went to go see it.
Yeah, well, that's just the performance.
Basically, every Oscars that you've ever watched, in the winner of every category, it was like, oh my god, that movie's so good. Nobody saw it.
Do you think they got that one right? As far as those nominations.
Oh, okay. I was like, we haven't picked yet.
I know, but do you like those? You like those?
No,
nominations?
I mean, I understand the ones that they came out. La La Land though, because I heard some of the reviews. I'm not a big musical person, but I will keep up with what people think of movies. And a lot of people were like, they weren't really into the singing that was in La La Land. Like it was supposed to be like, oh, it's like real people singing and not like professional people singing. So I can't understand how a musical where the singing wasn't that great gets a nomination for singing.
So you know what? Goods musical.
The Goods musical.
And let's see how far we get. All right. Best Actress was Emma Stone for La La Land. Isabella Hubbard for Elle. That's she actually won for the Golden Globe for that movie. Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep wins everything.
Florence Foster Jenkins.
Everything Meryl Streep is in.
She will not win this one.
Anything Meryl Streep is in,
she will not win this one. And Natalie Portman for Jackie. She was nominated for that. Best Supporting Actor was Michael Shannon for Nocturnal Animals, which was a shock to me because Aaron Taylor Johnson's the one that won the Golden Globe for Nocturnal Animals in supporting role. Didn't get it. He didn't get nominated.
But if you had to choose between those two actors, though,
if the performance was right, then yeah, I would have gone with that. But anyway, all right. So Jeff Bridges for Hell or High Water, Dev Patel, Mr. Slumdog Millionaire himself, he was nominated. Lucas Hedges for Manchester by the Sea, and this is one that we got to be rooting for.
Okay.
Because Cottonmouth himself, Mahershala Ali is for Moonlight. Is nominated for Moonlight.
I heard Moonlight's a good movie.
I heard one of my coworkers amazing.
He basically spoiled the whole movie for me. I don't even have to watch it because he told me every beat of the movie. It's like, oh, that's a really great premise, and the way that it's worked out is. I want to actually sit down but he spoiled it, so I probably won't.
It's Boyhood, but for the brothers.
Yeah, it's for the brothers.
For the brothers. Yeah, forget it. Right.
For the homosexual brothers.
Best Actress was Naomi Harris for Moonlight, Michelle Williams for Manchester by the Sea, Viola Davis for Fences, Octavia Spencer for Hidden Figures, and Nicole Kidman for Lion. That was a shock to me. Nicole Kidman, wow.
Hey, were you calling her a bad actress?
No, but it's just I haven't heard anything from Nicole Kidman in a while.
She's not a big box office movie person anymore. Now it's time. She's getting older to do more indie films, do a little more smaller projects where she has more control. Yeah, that type of deal where she could get out of just get into more of the directing chair and have more input, produce and stuff like that. So I understand why they do movies like that when they get later on in their career. So,
Best Director Damien Chazelle for La La Land, Mel Gibson for freaking Hacksaw Ridge.
You're Mel Gibson.
Hey, Barry Jenkins for Moonlight, Kenneth Lonergan for Manchester by the Sea, and Denis Villeneuve for The Arrival. For Contact Part, forget it.
For Contact Part 2, for Close Encounters Part 3.
All right, so you heard all of the nominations.
Okay.
Now obviously the obvious snubs for me was Deadpool. Deadpool didn't get nominated for nothing. I mean,
Not even for comedy?
nothing.
Not action?
Well, no, it's not going to get comedy or action. It's going to be broken down that way. But no adapted screenplay, just nothing.
Wait.
No actor, obviously, for Ryan Reynolds. Finding Dory was not nominated for Best Animated Film.
I don't think that was the best animated film.
Martin Scorsese wasn't even mentioned for that last movie he did, Silence. But I think that movie really didn't come out. Exactly. A lot of people didn't even know about it. So seeing that, what do you think were the snubs for you?
I mean, snubs gonna be Deadpool. It was like look, if we had to sit through the fact that Martian won a comedy award.
That's a Golden Globe, though.
I mean, well, still, and it's like he can't get anything. Come on, man.
Now here's the awesome part.
With his For Your Consideration video, that should have got him a nomination in something.
This is the awesome / hilarious part. Suicide Squad got nominated.
How?
For hair and makeup.
And look, costume design. Costume design. It could have got nominated for that.
One that I know that you're gonna agree with me on this. Doctor Strange for visuals.
Okay, yeah.
I hope it wins. Rogue One also was nominated for 2.
Of course, that was gonna get
for visual and sound mixing. So
George Williams.
Yeah,
so give him his award now.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be awesome.
George Williams, John Williams, George Lucas, John Williams. They're interchangeable.
Viola Davis making history. 3-time nominee now. First African American female to ever do that. To ever get nominated 3 times.
That's
It
great.
was for Doubt, for The Help, and now for Fences. So that's really freaking awesome that she got that.
I'm glad you said The Help. Somebody made a joke. I can't remember who made the joke. Maybe it was I'm trying to remember who made the joke. They said when the Hidden Figures got announced, and he was like, I don't want to see Help in space.
Oh, that's so bad. All right.
That's awesome.
That was worse than Ruth. Forget it. All right.
No, it's not.
Okay. Oscar So White was a big thing last year with those, notable snubs, Strata Compton and Concussion and all that. This year, 6 African Americans were nominated, and Dev Patel, who is of Hindu heritage / British, but that's diversity. It's showing a little bit. It's taking a small step.
Well, they've changed a lot of the people who actually cast votes now. So
do you think that they're going in the right direction now?
Yes, they're going in the right direction.
Awesome. That's what I'm thinking too. It's it's a slow thing. It's just it's progress, and I wouldn't be surprised if Viola Davis wins.
They're like,
that's going to be freaking awesome.
Here's your award. We have diversity. Look, my other one. Look, Denzel got nominated. Look.
The Oscars will air on ABC February 26th, so be sure to check it out, and be sure to check out our version of the Oscars called The Goodies, and that'll be coming out pretty soon.
The only time you get to see is dressed up.
Only time you're going to see this in tuxedos and stuff, so it's going to be freaking awesome. Can't wait. Box office last weekend was a complete shock to me. Triple X came out with all of this marketing. I thought it was going to do something.
I thought it was going to do good too.
And it was, what we talked about as far as Independence Day being a little too long between sequels. Same thing. 15 years is a long freaking time between sequels.
Yeah. I also put it up there to where, like, dude, you're doing a Fast and Furious movie like later this year. So why are you gonna do 2 Fast and the Furious movies in the same year? Because that's what that was. It was Fast and the Furious 7.5. That movie was Fast and the Furious 7.5, and then now later this year we'll get Fast and the Furious 8. And so it was he should not have done this movie in the way that he did it. It doesn't make itself different from the other ones. Like I said, I went to the movie. I was waiting for him to say, "We're family." I was just waiting for that. The minute you said that, I was going to see a CGI Paul Walker walk out. It would have been 7.5 Fast and the Furious.
X and the Furious.
X and the Furious.
All right. So
it's a crossover. Fast X. Fast X.
There's a couple things for me. One, I don't see the appeal of watching a 50-year-old man on a skateboard.
Dude, if anybody needs an Oscar, it's going to be his stuntman, because that dude made him look like Vin Diesel was like 25 again.
Yeah,
he made him look awesome. He was doing these stunts and these punches and these kicks and jumping over stuff. And I'm like, man, that is like totally, they took his face off of his body and then put it on the stuntman, because there was no way that was Vin Diesel doing any of that stuff.
And 2, how many teams does this guy need?
Hey, by the way, And it's funny, it's like a little bit of a spoiler for the movie. Yeah, if you hadn't seen it, it was like he starts off with a team and he goes up against a team and then that team joins his team and it's just team on top of team on top of team. And all I needed was Ludacris and Tyrese to come out to make this 7.5 Fast and the Furious, man.
Oh man,
Fast X.
Well, either way, it grossed 20 million in its first run, which is, I mean, it's way below expectations considering that it was in over 3,000 theaters.
I thought it would do a lot better. Vin Diesel's a big name, so.
But Split, hey, M. Night Shyamalan, man, he's back in my opinion, and he number one. He had the number one movie in the country, opening at $40 million. That movie was ridiculous. I like people like consistently like selling out theaters over and over again all weekend long. It was insane.
It was a good movie. It surprised me. I didn't think it was going to be as good of a movie as it was. It has a little bit of flaws in one of the characters to where I'm like, come on, as a regular person you wouldn't have done that. And they try to explain it off towards the end, but I'm still like, no, still you wouldn't have done that. And the ending where they tie it, you know,
we're gonna talk about that in a minute. All right, so that was number one. Triple X number two. Number three was Hidden Figures with 16 mil. Sing was number 4 with 9. La La Land was Sing was number 4. La La Land was number 5.
Sing is still in the top 5.
Yes, it is. Now look for those Oscar nominees to actually get a boost in rev because people are going to start wanting to watch these movies once the nominations have already been released. So movies like Fences that's still out in theaters, Hidden Figures, La La Land, Hacksaw Ridge got brought back. Arrival got brought back with bonus footage. So a lot of these movies are going to make their way back to theaters just to squeeze out a little bit more. Manchester by the Sea, squeeze out a little bit more. So look for those to come up. Next week, or actually I should say this week, is Resident Evil. That's going to be the one that's going to be coming out.
I have to go see that. Wow. Oh my god, I have to torture myself to go see that.
Will it beat Split?
No.
You don't think it'll beat Split?
No, but
it looks awesome.
Look, the reason why it won't beat Split is because the last 3 Resident Evils didn't even get released in the theaters.
Yes, it did.
They released those. Those are those.
Dude, Afterlife did really good.
That got released in the theater.
Yes, I saw it. It was in D-Box.
It got released in one theater.
Mine theater, and that's it. No, it was released in theaters.
Straight to video. That movie was
Retribution, or I think that's the last one it was called, right? The last one.
The last one.
Retribution.
It was
a
Afterlife, wasn't it?
Resurrection. I can't remember.
Look, exactly.
It was R something.
We'll see in
Redemption.
These movies.
Right. I don't.
Whatever.
Terry, put it up.
What?
There it is. All right. So they did come out theatrically. They've made money. Mila Jovovich is, looks like she's,
Mila the remix.
Mila the remix is doing freaking awesome. She looks great in the. She
always looks great in her
trailer
outfit and stuff, doing backflips.
But I'm worried that it's already getting tiresome a little bit.
Underworld got tiresome.
That's what I was gonna say.
And I love to see her in her black skin tight outfit doing backflips, shooting people. But I'm tired of both her and Mila.
I don't care. I'm gonna see Resident Evil anyway. So let's see if it actually does do something. Now we were talking about Split a little while ago. And this is a spoiler. We'll get into spoilers right now. Please forgive me. Check out his spoiler review. You haven't done a spoiler review yet.
I've done a spoiler one.
I
don't ever do spoiler ones because I do.
No. You got to do.
I did a not
spoiler free one.
Yeah, I did that on there.
Well, that's coming up.
It's out there. Watch it. Look on YouTube.
All right. Well, it's on there somewhere. Anyway, but surprising results shocked the world because I did not see that one coming that way. All right. The ending. You were talking about the ending.
The ending. That made the whole movie for me. It was the ending.
I thought first of all the movie there were some things that it lacked as far as story and progression and all that stuff. There were some things
it had some minor flaws, but it was still an enjoyable film.
But McAvoy's performance is just phenomenal. It's his performance that can just carry the whole movie no matter how dumb it gets or slow it gets or how it drags. Anything like that. That guy just put everything in it, and if he does not get nominated for at least a freaking Golden Globe next year, it's a travesty because that guy was freaking amazing in that movie.
I think that maybe, like I said, with the main character outside of McAvoy, with the young woman, like I said,
that's the witch. That's the girl from The Witch.
Some of her, some of the writing with some of her decisions and stuff like that, I was like, even understanding your issues, you wouldn't have done these things. That doesn't make any sense. And then also too, I think they oversold the fact he was like, he has like 26 personalities, but we only got to see about 7 of them. So I was like, I think they should have really explored his range. and showing how many different things he could do. Even if we only got glimpses of him, if he could have done like a montage, a BBS montage, video montage, looking at clips when she did the thing in the movie, because that's what I thought when I saw her.
Montage!
When I saw her on the computer looking at the files, I was like, this is BBS. If they could have showed 26 of those and like, oh wow, we really get to see how much range he has, I thought that would have been cool. Or just don't tell me 26 personalities, just tell me 7 personalities. That's impressive enough.
Well, the thing about it, and going back to what you were talking about as far as the ending is concerned, the ending is pretty much in the same universe as Unbreakable.
That made it cool.
Due to the cameo of Bruce Willis and tying it to the Unbreakable universe, I think that it was actually kind of smart because they were everybody's been asking for Unbreakable 2 for a long time now, right?
And now we're going to get it!
So this is actually kind of like an Origins / sequel without anybody even knowing that it was a sequel. That's one. Because they did not release all of those, they only showed the 8 personalities. They have all of those other ones that they can play with for the sequel. All right? They call him the Horde now.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So that is kind of cool because of the 23. So I'm pretty sure that those are going to be coming out in next movies. Now, what I was going to talk to you about was this. First of all, Unbreakable did things for the superhero much kind of like what Nolan did in the Batman series, and it brought so much realism in there, in the real world, exactly. So doing that, if you look at it that way, being in the Unbreakable universe, how do you think that that's going to affect the originality that Split was? Because it's now going to turn McAvoy into something else. It's not going to be I don't think it's going to be
as a supervillain now.
Yeah, it's not going to be that slow build and like.
So instead of him being like a suspenseful thriller, he's now it's a superhero movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like it kind of mocks it's like a mockery to his performance because now.
No, because I don't think.
Or no, I shouldn't even say his performance. I'm just talking about like him as his character, I guess. I don't know. But do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand what you're trying to say because I think what you're looking at it is how a lot of people look at superhero films, where they feel like they're not as not as structured, but not as thought out as this is a movie. This is just kind of popcorn filler.
Split was thought out.
Yeah, and that's why people. But
after this, it will not be.
Okay, but when you look at movies like except for that one part of Civil War or with Winter Soldier and stuff like that, when you look at that type of superhero movie, which really, really thought out, and it makes you forget it's a superhero film. I think that if they do an Unbreakable 2, which I don't think M. Night Shyamalan will do, because that's a cash grab, dude. That's totally a cash grab.
No, I think it might be his next.
The studio will make him do that if he does something like this. It's a total cash grab. There's no need for it. It's a cool Easter egg at the end, but it really doesn't need to be another movie. But if some particular reason it does come around to it, if he takes it serious and says like, I'm making a real world Nolan-ish type film that just happens to have superheroes in it. It's serious. It's about a person with a mental disorder, and he just happens to turn his mental disorder to an evil side and go out there with the Horde. It still can be a serious movie just featuring somebody who has a superpower. That's been the whole thing with Unbreakable. It was a real world thing. It's supposed to have been serious. It just happened to be what it would be like if some person found out that he was a superhero. So
I just hope that they're still able to capture McAvoy as far as his ability to
I don't think he'll make a change.
And that's what I'm afraid of.
We're not gonna get Professor Xavier. He's not gonna put the hair.
It's like, did he have the hair? No, Terrence. Did he have the hair that was?
He did. I did. It was in one scene. I saw it. I was like, just do that, dude. Somebody. Where's the camera person? Where's the makeup person? But no, he's not gonna roll out on set in a wheelchair and be like, one of my 26 personalities is a mutant. With the mental powers, and he's bald. He's bald, and he wears a nice suit and tie with a British accent.
Well, he was Beast.
He was Beast? He was the Beast?
The Beast.
So basically, what you're saying is that all the X-Men films has been McAvoy playing all the X-Men.
Yeah, all 28. All 27 is
he's Wolverine. He's the Beast.
No, he's Grey.
He's Jean Grey.
Oh man, I can't wait. It's gonna be freaking awesome. I can't wait for that movie to come out.
You started this. Go ahead.
Real quick, I want to throw this out there because I read it today. They're gonna freaking delay Alien 5.
The Blomkamp.
More than likely,
we knew that already.
More than likely, Alien 5 is not gonna happen.
We knew that already when.
That sucks. I really wanted to see Sigourney Weaver and freaking Michael Biehn.
Anyway, I want to see Michael Biehn, and I don't really care about seeing Sigourney Weaver. I know she's integral to the Alien franchise, but I really don't need to see her back. I thought it'd be cool to see Michael Biehn back because I think he got the shaft in Alien 3. But
I think we all did.
When he announced that he was gonna continue to do his Prometheus trilogy, I knew Alien 5 wasn't coming out.
Yeah, because Covenant is coming out pretty soon.
And then
that looks amazing. It looks
he's
really
gonna
good.
do the one after that. Well, it's still up in the air if he's gonna do the one after that. But if this one does well, he's gonna do his third one. So Alien, it'll be 10 years before this movie ever comes out, and Blomkamp will be dead, or he won't care no more. Or Sigourney Weaver will be dead and won't care no more. Or Michael Biehn will really be dead and won't care no more.
Oh my god, you're a jerk. All right.
He should have been back for Terminator. So we should have got Michael Biehn back. They should have done the CGI on him and had him do that role instead of having Jai Courtney do it.
Oh god, don't even freaking remind me of Jai Courtney. Hey, but you know what's awesome though is that Tim Miller, the director of Deadpool, is actually teaming up with James Cameron to reboot Terminator. It's James Cameron. At least he's going to be involved to some capacity. So that would be kind of sweet,
dude. He was involved in Genesis, and when they wrote him,
he wasn't.
Yeah, when they wrote him his check, and he said it was a good movie.
Hey, say it's good, right? We know it's crap. He
was like, yeah, they do some interesting stuff in this film. Is that my check? Thank you. All right, yeah, this is a great movie.
Awesome. I co-sign on it.
By the way, I don't hate Genesis.
I do hate Genesis. All right. Moving on.
Not Genesis, it's Genesis.
So we were talking about superheroes, and now DC, Marvel, DC, their universe right now is like, bleh, you know. Warner Brothers
coming out.
Warner Brothers is kind of a little bit of they're kind of like in a little bit of a creative rut. So you got the critical failure of Suicide Squad, of BVS. And now these rumors that Justice League is a mess. Wonder Woman is a mess. It's all over the place.
Whoa, Wonder Woman's a mess?
That's what they're saying, that it's a mess. Now, even though all of that's going on, they're really pushing through for Green Lantern Corps to happen. Okay? Green Lantern was last seen in 2011, played by Ryan Reynolds, who absolutely hates the movie and dogged it in Deadpool.
Because it ruined his career.
Now, it made decent money, but it was still considered a box office failure. But they're really trying to push this. They're trying to get Hal Jordan. Okay. Here are the names.
They have to do Hal Jordan.
Here are the names that they're looking at. Bradley Cooper, Armie Hammer.
I say Armie Hammer should do it.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal already did a superhero movie. He didn't want to do another one.
What superhero movie did Jake Gyllenhaal do?
He did Prince of Persia.
That's a video game movie. That's not a superhero movie.
It's the same thing.
No, it is not.
It's the same thing.
Ruling. No.
All right. Ruling.
No.
No. All right.
Tom Cruise.
No.
He's too old, I know. Community's Joel McHale.
That would be funny. I would watch it.
I could not buy him as Hal Jordan.
I would watch because he would be hilarious.
I could not buy him as Hal Jordan. And last but not least, and this is not a joke, Ryan Reynolds.
He's not coming back to do. That's just somebody just throwing his name out there. He's not ever coming back to do this series unless they paid him a lot of money.
So all of the names that I passed on to, that I just said to you, I passed on to you right now.
Armie Hammer or McHale.
I go Armie Hammer or Gyllenhaal because Gyllenhaal has range.
Gyllenhaal has a bad taste in his mouth from Prince of Persia. He said he never wanted to do something like that again.
But it's a video game movie.
He did that to get exposure. He did Prince of Persia to get exposure, and it got the critical response to it was so bad that he was like, I don't want to do that no more. Look at the movies he's doing nowadays.
Well, that's true. I'm not saying
he's far from doing a superhero film.
I think that he would be an awesome Green Lantern. But you're right. I'm with you too because Armie Hammer would be awesome. Too.
I think Armie Hammer should have been Batman that one time. Wait, this time.
No,
one time.
Okay, now that you know what you know, would you substitute Ben Affleck with Armie Hammer?
I mean, I don't think Armie Hammer was a bad choice. It's just that movie didn't get a chance to come out.
Okay, so what about him and how he felt about the Lone Ranger?
He didn't do well with Lone Ranger. He didn't do that.
Oh, you're right, and he had that mask that was similar, but it was black instead of green. Yeah, maybe he wouldn't be a good. All right. So look for that to be coming soon. I'm curious to see what y'all tell us who you think should be Green Lantern.
Okay.
Alright, so we were talking about musicals earlier with La La Land, like I said, record-breaking 14 nominations. So it started getting me thinking about the all-time great musicals. So now it's time for our top 5. And we're back! Off Flash!
No substance.
So today's top 5 are the top 5 musicals of all time for us.
Of all time.
For us. Now, we did a top 5 not too long ago. Actually, it was pretty while back actually, and we did music movies. Now this is not music movies. This is actually a musical. So Broadway. Some of them were on Broadway. Some of them were not. Some of them were in the street.
In the street.
Either way, here's our top 5. Joining us today is our awesome freaking friend and frequent guest, Art Cherries.
Cherries.
Mr. Cherries. So since you is my guest and his guest, you can go first.
Why, thanks you very much.
That's right.
All right. So we were debating on what is a musical and what's not.
Are we gonna clarify what our musical thing is? What we consider musicals?
A musical is pretty much anything that is where the dialogue is pretty much, some of it is in music and singing, or there's just singing, like all the time and throughout the whole movie.
They sing
There's
all the time, or they sing dialogue.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, if the dialogue is substituted by singing,
Okay.
It constitutes a musical. Yeah.
that's a musical.
And if it was on the stage and like
And
I
it
said, like
doesn't have
Broadway.
to be an original.
No, it does not.
It does. Yes, it does.
You've been overruled.
All right. So I do watch musicals. Here's my man card.
We'll take that now. We'll take that now.
But I'm not a big fan of musicals. I just watch them because I reminisce on the ones I do watch. So I'll start off with my top 5. The number 5 would be Chicago.
Chicago.
And all that jazz.
You get the voice for it too.
Hello.
That's West
That's
Side
more.
Story.
Oh, that's West Side Story.
That's another musical.
Wait, that's on somebody's list.
I just liked it. There's a lot of good voices on there. Number 4, one of my all-time favorites, Grease 2.
Oh God! What is with y'all?
I freaking love Grease 2.
Grease 2?
Ah.
Not Grease. Well, no. It's all, like...
Nobody remembers the songs from Grease 2.
Come on, Michelle Pfeiffer?
Nobody remembers the songs from Grease 2.
Cool Rider. Reproduction.
Reproduction.
Those are songs.
Reproduction.
And then he's like, that guy's all... Come on.
Oh yeah, he's all.
Y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong.
Alright. I really
Here's my Latin card.
I'll take that. We'll just tear that up right now.
still got the Asian card.
I saw the Asian card and the Indian card.
Number 3, Rock of Ages.
It was okay.
Same.
It was all right. Tom Cruise was awesome in that movie,
Yeah.
but that's it.
No.
Did he even do the singing?
Russell Brand, I thought was,
Russell Brand was funny in that movie.
and then at the end, when he just starts making out with what's his name, that totally caught me off guard too.
I've never seen Rock.
Okay. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Wait,
yeah,
did he
yeah,
even
I know
sing in
what
that
you're
movie?
Tom Cruise? Yeah.
Yeah, that was him singing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean it was a.
And from what I understand, fun fact is that when they stopped shooting, he
still kept making up?
he kept going, and they were like into the cast and crew were like into what he was doing because he was doing it so freaking good. So yeah, kudos to you, Tom. You're awesome.
Does his own stunts, does his own singing.
But don't be Green Lantern. All right.
Number 2, Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay.
Awesome.
Definitely got you on that one.
And that one, I mean, if I watch it now, I'd probably be bored because I'm like, come on.
What?
No.
Look,
nah.
hey, talk about songs people remember except for your Grease 2 songs. Suddenly Seymour, the whole Dennis song, and it was, I laughed myself to death, and come on, dude, it's
I'm
like,
just saying that.
Mean Green Mother.
but yeah, come on, dude, way better songs than Grease 2.
Number 2, I'm not ragging on it. I'm just.
Oh, it is number 2. Okay, we'll give him number
come
5. Number 1.
Number 1, and this should be everybody's number 1, Willy Wonka. Come on.
Johnny Depp.
I know, yeah. Did you,
What's wrong with you?
No,
are you really into Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
No, come on. There's I don't know if any of y'all have ever tried it, but I tried walking out my door, then like pretending to do a little roll, and then
You're by yourself on that one.
No.
Well, I mean, I've walked and rolled and fell on my face.
That's coming back.
That's a different.
That's coming back. That's
a different one. That's a different reason.
But no, I mean that was just I love Willy Wonka. I mean, there's a little I mean, you would never think about hiring a cast of like What's the politically correct term for
Little people.
Little people?
Yeah.
Is it little people now? Not midgets or dwarves, but
No. Oh, we've offended them now.
I'm not offending anyone. I love them all. I love all those people.
You've had it up to here with them.
And that was a last bit that we didn't offend. We just did it now.
I mean, that is just an all-time. I mean, I'm up to here with you.
Send all your hate mail to thegoods@gmail.com. Care of Manny. That's MANNY.
Woo! Dance! You're next.
My top 5 isn't as offensive as ours. My top 5. Sorry, I can't even focus anymore. My top 5.
Oh, we're in trouble.
All right, number 5. The real Grease movie. The first Grease. The one everybody knows the songs to. The one that everybody gets even... Karaoke's, yes. Olivia Newton-John. John Travolta. The better people in a Grease movie, damn it.
Grease Lightning.
Iconic songs, man. Iconic songs.
Yeah, it's
So
like
much.
good songs,
I hate the
though.
movie when it's karaoke, but I love to see the movie of its own. All right, number 4. And the qualifications was they sang dialogue, right?
Right.
Lion King's a freaking musical. Lion King is on my list.
I no one's disagreeing.
All right. Lion King's a freaking musical because they sang dialogue. I mean, you basically mid-sentence and they go into a song. Hakuna Matata, never say do this, never say do that.
You'd have Mulan. And
You'd have basically every Disney movie, but this is the best of those. Aladdin would probably be the best one. But Lion King made my list because I think Aladdin had a lot more dialogue in it than Lion King did. Lion King was like 99% singing. So that's why that one's on my list. All right. Number 3. Unfortunately, Little Shop of Horrors didn't make my number 2. Made my number 3.
Wow.
those two better be good.
Little Shop of Horrors. Great movie. Such a great movie. I mean, I still trip seeing Steve Martin as the villain.
The biker. Hilarious.
It's so funny to see that and to hear him sing this. Rick Moranis. That movie's so awesome. And I don't want to repeat what we already said with Art's list. So let's get to my number 2. My number 2, South Park the movie. I love South Park the movie.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen South Park the movie?
I just said that. I've never seen it.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's hilarious.
Everything that is like talk about singing all your dialogue because they sing all their dialogue in there.
It's freaking hilarious.
It is hilarious. Like
Winona Ryder ping pong scene. That's all I can say. That movie is freaking hilarious.
It's one of those movies
Winona
where,
Ryder.
the fact that you haven't seen it and you've actually watched the show, and I know if you watched like the later episodes, they gotten a little bit more risque in the later episodes.
I've never
but,
watched the show either.
Oh, then you don't even.
Oh my
watch
gosh.
It. Never mind. But if you had watched the show and when the actual movie came out, nobody even knew it was a musical, and then it was just like, oh, all the boundaries we have for TV have been taken down, and we're gonna sing them and be completely explicit as we possibly can.
Yes.
Boom, just blew you away.
And Blame Canada was actually performed by Robin Williams at the Oscars, and it was nominated for an Oscar. Is that crazy?
That movie's awesome.
Wow.
All right, so that brings me to my number 1,
Dun, dun, dun.
The Wiz. The Wiz is number 1, and it was funny. It was like somebody had to remind me that was a musical. But it's
I'm officially blacker than you, sir.
Obviously, today you are. Here's my black card, sir.
Thank you.
Everyone
surrendered their cards.
But that movie is awesome. Hearing Michael Jackson sing "You Can't Win." That song is awesome.
You can't win.
Oh God, I love this song.
Awesome.
And then Ease on Down the Road. It was like that was the black anthem for a while.
Oh yeah.
But for us as black people, seeing that story, which was like such a it was
Iconic.
It's iconic, and it's also just like white. To know that we got to do our version of it, and it's like so soulful, and with all these big Barry Gordy, stuff like that. So
yeah, you had Nipsey Russell, Richard
Russell.
Pryor was the
Pryor.
freaking Wiz.
Yeah, so just seeing all those characters in it, it was just amazing.
Diana Ross did.
Diana Ross, yes. I forgot Diana Ross.
Oh my God, I'm tearing up your black card now.
Sorry, here you go.
Oh, you already gave it to me. I already have it. All right,
But that's my top 5.
my number 5 is the best little whorehouse in Texas.
Can I have your card back?
Hell no! I freaking
What
love
cards do you have left? You have your Asian card, right?
I got my Asian. No, I gave you my Asian card. I have. Oh no, you're right. I do have my Asian card. Anyway, you take my Latin card. I don't care. Burt Reynolds, Dolly Parton, Dom DeLuise. That was a freaking awesome ass movie for me because I grew up to it. The songs were awesome. They were catchy.
The only movie I want to.
I Will Always Love You.
Whorehouse is called a porn.
I will.
I'm not allowed to go.
Even though my daughter's right there, but okay. All right, I Will Always Love You. Before it was Whitney's, it was Dolly's, and it was on that movie. So
And we only remember from Whitney.
that was freaking movie was hilarious. Whatever. Number 4 was Dreamgirls.
Dreamgirls is
Because freaking Eddie Murphy was awesome in that movie.
killed in that movie, man. He was one of his best
It was
performances.
one of his best performances. But you know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys, seriously. That movie made me put Beyonce at another freaking level as far as singers.
Okay.
Because, you know, when you think of
Yeah,
female
don't get the
singers,
Beehive upset.
when you think of female singers, you know, you got your Arethas and your Diana Rosses and
your Whitneys.
Mariah, your Whitneys. But that the way she sang, listen, man, that freaking hit me. It hit me like hard. She was just awesome in that, and Jennifer Hudson was great.
Yeah.
Too.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like talking about somebody showing so much
range and hell yeah, she was.
Jennifer Hudson.
It was just a great movie.
That was big Jennifer Hudson too.
Yeah.
It wasn't little bitty tiny Jennifer Hudson.
I like the Thicky Ricardo, man.
Have you seen little thinny?
Yeah, but I like the Thicky. I like Thicky Ricardo. All right. Number 3.
Beautiful.
She's beautiful. Number 3 is Grease. Part 1. I grew up to it.
Thank you.
The freaking classic. It's a classic movie, and like we were talking about earlier, the songs were a little bit better.
They are better.
It was
way better.
It was funnier. I thought it was funnier.
Way funnier.
And if you really listen to freaking Grease Lighting, man, that's a pervert song. It's a perverted
It's
song.
a very risque song.
It is a very risky song.
It's a real
Considering,
pussy wagon.
All right. Speaking
wagon.
yeah, that's where Quentin got it from for Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Little Shop of Horrors. I did a report on this movie, and I never realized that it was so racial, and it had racial tones in it, where it was white America being afraid of this plant that's black.
And it was the biggest plant that was in the whole thing.
And it was a black, black
girl.
plant.
It had the biggest vine.
Yeah, and it was he kept bringing it to this white girl.
Yeah.
And it was like, look at my big plant.
So,
And the plant had an accent there. Feed me, Seymour.
and that's why he stood out. And he always standing up.
Yeah, it was already. And then white America was afraid because the plant was trying to have offsprings, and white America was afraid of black people, impregnating all their white people, and so that way having all these. I'm going too far.
You're going way too far on that one. Anyway, the racial aspect of it was pretty interesting to me when I was actually doing the report on it. But regardless of that, Steve Martin was hilarious in that movie. The freaking Levi Stubbs, great Levi Stubbs from the Four Tops, played Audrey 2, the plant, and he was freaking amazing and hilarious in that movie. I could have done without Suddenly Seymour. I just don't like that song. I don't know what it is.
Why?
But hey, you got your first glimpse of Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold from
Yes.
Martin. So
It's funny that they would do a TV show later on in life
right,
together.
tell me about it. But I freaking absolutely love Little Shop of Horrors. When I was young, I used to actually watch it, rewind, and watch it again.
And then you would
rewind,
watch
and
Martin.
it again.
I
And then
have
that
it
was
on
on.
only certain movies, certain scenes.
We'll talk about that later. All right. Number 1.
That's another top 5.
They're called porns.
Number 1 is Chicago. Catherine Zeta-Jones earned Chicago. Catherine Zeta-Jones earned her freaking Oscar. That movie was so freaking awesome. She was awesome. Richard Gere was great. Renee Zellweger was kind of annoying in the movie, but she actually
Renee Zellweger.
Well, Zellweger. What the hell? Who the hell is Renee Zellweger? She was kind of annoying. Her character was, not her, but her character was. But still, regardless, it was a great movie. Queen Latifah, hey, busting out some her Latifahs just all over the place in that movie. So it absolutely love. Honorable mentions.
I only have one.
What's that story?
No. I've never watched West Side Story. I've tried to, but I've fallen asleep.
Disappointment.
Yes, it was. Oklahoma.
Never seen it.
Never seen it.
All I know is the theme song. And I dropped my top 5 list. I had my.
Can you remember your honorable mentions?
I dropped my honorable mentions.
Just don't break the chair.
I'm trying not to. Here we go. There, I got my honorable mentions. Go ahead, continue.
Okay, well, what's your honorable mentions?
Was Aladdin. Aladdin was my honorable mention. Sing was an honorable mention because I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
Dreamgirls was an honorable mention, and that's all I had as honorable mentions. I don't know why I went through all that for 3 people.
I had Willy Wonka. I had Willy Wonka. I had The Wizard of Oz. I had The Wiz. I had West Side Story. I did like West Side Story back in the day, and of course, you know, Aladdin, Lion King, all the Disney.
Well, that's Disney's gonna have.
Yeah, they're gonna have it regardless.
All Disney movies.
What about Newsies
Oh, wait.
with a young Christian Bale?
Oh, yeah.
Newsies.
Christian Bale.
No, wait. Breaking.
Breaking is not a musical.
It's not a musical.
It is
at all.
not a
Music in the movie.
Yeah,
They don't sing in the movie.
They don't dialogue either. They ain't talking in the movie. All they do
dance.
is pop locking and there's music. I think that's more of a musical than anything else.
And okay, I'm officially gonna give you my my man card here because there's a movie that Julie Andrews did with Robert Preston and James Garner called Victor Victoria. I used to watch that movie so freaking many times that because she looked so good in that movie. I was like done. Oh, and I love Mary Poppins too. Mary Poppins was awesome.
Okay, Mary Poppins is a good one.
But Victor Victoria was awesome. That was one movie that I saw all the time. I can't help it.
Well, if you watched it for that particular reason, then you can keep your man card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
She looked
Yeah,
great.
you know,
She just looked so good in that movie, and her performance was just so freaking awesome, and her music, the way she sang her songs was just.
I'm about to tell you it again because you talk too much about her performance instead of how she looked. And for the white people, Wizard of Oz. There.
Let's go back to the.
I said Oklahoma. Come on.
There you go.
Oklahoma. Brigadoon. All right.
This episode will go down in infamy.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
We're canceled after this. Terrence, take us home.
All right. If you're still watching, please don't hate us. But if you do, send all hate mail to thegoods@gmail.com, care of this guy. But make sure you like and comment. Please put your top 5 musicals down below. We did a top 5 before of music movies. This one specifically for musicals. So make sure you keep it to actual music movies, goals that sing dialogue. All right. And make sure you subscribe so that way you know about other things that we're doing on the channel as well. So.
For Aspen in the back, and thank you to our special guest, Art. I'm Manny.
I'm trying not to get sued.
And that was the good.
Take it easy, guys.
God dang it, we're in trouble.
That'll garner more views.
We're canceled.
Yeah, guys. Your YouTube channel's been